tell the world who you really are. You know that. Come on! Kill me!
With Spider-Man coming up later this month, I wanted to speak about Daredevil and how he could fit into Spider-Man and how he sets up MCU going forward for, like, I want to say maybe phase 1.2, you know, because we are aware that they will be rebooting. And I think with the project that has been released this past year, like Spider-Man, which will be coming out, Wonder Man came out late last year, but I consider that this year, and Daredevil, I think we are seeing the early stages of the reboot. There's certain aspects of, well, both of the shows, and I also forgot to mention Punisher. There's certain aspects of all three of these projects that I think that they display early signs of MCU in a sense of, like, there's nobody around, but there is some underwhelming threat. And I'm saying threat as in there are supers around. You're just not seeing them. So with Wonder Man,
the world wants to know. It's been months since he disappeared inside DeMar Davis, and the Department of Damage Control is still searching for answers.
We want to assure the American public that the Department of Damage Control takes this horrific incident seriously. DeMar Davis will be continually monitored for the rest of his life. We will do everything in our power to ensure a tragedy of this magnitude never happens again.
While the DODC continues to probe, experiment, and investigate every inch of DeMar Davis, Hollywood is now waiting. Every major studio in Hollywood is doing their part to avoid another possible tragedy. They're calling it the doorman clause.
With Wonder Man, one aspect I realized with Wonder Man, they kept saying heroes, heroes, heroes. They never mentioned the Avengers or any outright people. They did say Cap, and I think they did say Iron Man, but I believe Wonder Man will be getting the Peacemaker treatment in, you know, the future, so forth. With Daredevil, the whole show ended with him outing himself, and Kingpin goes off and be on his own. Daredevil's in prison because of the Vigilante Act. So with the Vigilante Act, they're locking, if you're a vigilante, they'll lock you up. But also, they also had a specific character within the show, Mr. Charles, Shaggy, for people that didn't watch the show. But Mr. Charles was, spoiler alert, he was in like a cahoots with Jessica Jones, like an agreement, saying like, I'll keep the government off you if Luke Cage, your husband, will keep doing the job.
Where is he?
He is overseas. He's doing the Lord's work, so you don't have to.
So, from those that don't know comic lore, he possibly might be on the Thunderbolts, but it seems like they're using other characters, like they had Bullseye.
Daredevil reported at Clinton Church. Mobilize level 3.
Dispatch, code 11. Emergency services en route.
Like they had Bullseye seem to go on the team as well. He was the replacement for Luke Cage. Bullseye goes to the Thunderbolts, Luke Cage come home, and he's with his family, with Jessica Jones and their daughter.
And you're done.
Yeah. I heard you found someone else.
So with the whole Thunderbolts and everything, I don't really see them fitting in with the reboot. Maybe some characters like Sentry, Yelena, and maybe US Agent, but like the rest of the characters, I don't really see them, you know, coming through with the reboot. So I was saying they're kind of setting up some set of government running supers, and going forward, I think that might be in a sense of like to keep supers on a leash. Going forward, it might be keeping X-Men on a leash. mutants, really. So it could possibly set up X Factor, you know, with the government's really being in tune with these supers, you know, we got you, you know, giving them false promises and stuff of that nature. And, you know, they're really being used. And with certain supers going against the whole vigilante act, or if they change the act to something else, there are going to be certain superheroes that are just not going. They're not going for that shit. Like the whole government. And going forward, I think we're seeing the early stages of like Trask. For those that don't know Trask in comics and X-Men, that's the guy that makes the mutants. We're seeing early stages of the chains where, you know, you keep their powers restricted. So they're kind of stepping into that field where Daredevil is like the founding father of vigilantes in this world. So with Spider-Man coming out and stuff of that nature, and the story I see them really adapting very early on for the MCU is probably some sort of Devil Reign, Shadowland, where Daredevil might break. He might lose his shit, man. I don't see Bullseye being a good guy for that long. I see him attempting at it, but it's not really his cup of tea. And if they do adapt some form of Shadowland and Devil's Reign, they could obviously use Karen Page for the killing in the comic. For those that don't know, Bullseye kills Elektra. But with how the show is everything going, Karen Page is very much in it as much as Daredevil. She has a very big conversation with Daredevil. It's like,
I can't let you do it, Karen.
What the hell is wrong with you? You keep choosing the wrong people. This thing over the people who love you.
she has a very big conversation with Daredevil. It's like, yo, we've been in this for years. Like, for those that haven't seen Daredevil on Netflix, they've been going at it with Kingpin for a hot minute. If you want to count the whole timeline and everything, it's 10 years they've been fighting this man. So, and he becomes mayor, and Karen Page was just, done with it all. It was like, yo, what the fuck? And she's kind of just too much in it. I could see her really like, they might kill her off. I'm not gonna lie. They might do that. And Daredevil might break. And when I mean break, like he might, like I said, with the whole Shadowland, they might have the whole thing that he's possessed by the beast, the hand uses him, and they might have a event very early on with this MCU going forward. So Spider-Man might be the first movie we get to see some early signs of that Shadowland, Devil Reign, where the hand is now getting really involved. There's no Kingpin, there's no control on the streets. Obviously, you see with Punisher, they have people just fighting, causing riots. It's a bunch of chaos, and Punisher was literally just shooting shit up. Like nobody give a fuck. Nobody gave a fuck. They have Punisher wilding within that show, so there's no order in New York right now. And I think we're seeing early signs of that right now. That Shadowland, Devil Reign, where New York is just in full chaos. And I think with Spider-Man coming out, we will see Spider-Man be one of those heroes that's just on double time. And if Jean Grey's in this movie, it could be, saying with the whole government trying to get heroes, that could be one of those characters that they're trying to get at. Like, yo, she's a little too OP. Yes, she's stopping shit. Yes, she is doing stuff, but we are unaware of her capabilities. So I can see some form of MRD be in Spider-Man very early, with the whole Spider-Man mutating, and I've been hearing the whole leaks with the key and stuff, them wanting to track who he is. I see the MRD really getting involved with Spider-Man and anything going forward after Spider-Man, except for Doomsday, because obviously Doomsday will be a reboot. But I think with everything that we've been seeing within 2026, outside of Doomsday coming later this year and Secret Wars next year, I don't know how they're doing that. I haven't really kept up with that specifically, but I think we're seeing early signs of the reboot with the project that we've been seeing. And yeah, that's really it. But like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think in the comments.